morning, ladies. Thank you for coming for this meeting. As we agreed that on this hour we will have such kind of this meeting. So, as you know that this meeting is all about field log that we did and food menus. So, let me welcome Jean for telling us more about his findings about field log and menus that she did. Welcome, Jean.
Thank you so much. The first I did about food rituals in Hindu weddings, and in their culture, in the Hindu weddings, they really like to use like the coconut as like the symbol of like showing good and strong relationship between the bride and the groom, because in the ceremony, if they start in the parents of brides, they are welcoming the groom into the mandap, and the coconut is the most important thing in their wedding, because the bride and her father, they used it to offer it to the groom, and which means that coconut is a symbol like of showing the strong relationship, prosperity, and things like that. Yeah. And also they really like to use like lice. The lice played the role in Hindu wedding ceremony, or one it symbolized sustenance and dominance. Hindu wedding ceremonies, including like the games where the bride and groom complete to see who can try to pitch with much lice than other, which will be strong in their relationship. Also, they crush together a paste of cumin seeds and brown sugar and place them in a betel leaf. The bride and the groom place the leaf on each other's head. When the priest lists Vedic mantras, this represents like the bitterness and the sweetness of their life.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, let me continue for Japanese lice. I worked on the Japanese lice. I saw that was very interesting in their culture, because the lice is considered as the important thing in their culture, because they take it as the way to be rich in their country. So the lice play the role in their culture. And it is very important because they use it as a current in feudal Japan. It was exchanged for goods and services. The Japanese people valued lice as a part of breakfast, lunch, dinner. They like to comment extensively on the flavor and quality of the rice while eating. If they are eating that rice, they don't used to eat with mixing the sauces, but they eat it only, and then after they can use like sauces. Also in the Japanese language, there is something they say which is called gogan, means both cooked rice and food. And Japanese rice is a fundamental to the lives of the Japanese as food itself. When you don't have rice, it seems like you don't have anything. Yeah. So they are also considering rice as an embedded culture concept, which is accepted like the notion of wa. It's like the word in Japanese, which means like harmony, and other concept which is called amae, which means the feelings of dependence that the Japanese believe come from rice cultivation. This has created dependence from the way they used to share water and irrigation aids. In Japanese history, they cultivate large fields of rice without depending on others, even if it was difficult. This sharing and commitment, it helps them to improve their relationship it means that it's very strong for their team players because they're sharing and they're helping each other. Also, after doing for that, those minis, I was doing about field log, about beans. I visited the woman who called Pelagie, and I greeted him. I asked the permission of starting to ask some questions for her, and I told her that I really need to know about the beans because I understood about the beans. I wasn't. I don't have more information about it, and he accepted me like my invitation, and she told me that beans are the most important food in Rwanda, and given that it's dominantly grown in all parts of the country. I was more curiosity to also learn the process they use, the materials or the equipment they use, resources in order to sow those beans. And I saw that the resources are here, seeds of beans, are field and manure. If you have those resources, you can sow your beans. And in the discussion we had, she told me that when they were sowing beans, they used these resources, and then continued by telling me that the time or the period they was sowing those beans, they really like to have like jobs, sharing the stories, the ideas, and which makes them to improve their relationship. And I understood that it was really funny. She told me about the process of how to sow beans, and I was really very interested in knowing how to sow the beans. For that process, I saw that there is to grow the field by including manure, to sow the beans in the field, to wield and harvest. She likes to sow the beans when she was in her district because they consider it as the most important food, which makes them being strong, have their bodies, and also other one reason they consider as it is the most important. It is because they really like it more with other foods, like they use it with like mixing with the cassava, Irish potatoes, and the other foods they really like to use. It means that in general, beans are a sign of wealth in culture of Rwanda. I can compare it with like rice in Japanese, because if you really understand it well, in Japanese they consider the rice as the world. It means that beans, because in Rwanda they consider it also as word, it means that they are similar. And I saw that it's so different for Hindu weddings, because I saw that if in Rwanda you use the beans in the wedding, they don't consider as you are rich. They say that you are poor and things like that. Means that there's a difference between that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jean. As my question, you said that you learn how they do those kind of activities regarding to the beans. Did you interested in doing that, or you have ever tried to do that?
Yeah, I remember that there's some time I went to visit my auntie, and they were going to sow the beans, and I was interested, but I didn't know about it, and I go there, try to do it, even though it was very difficult, but it's very interesting because the beans, it's very important in Rwanda. It's so like it's a word, as I told you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I want to make a clarification. You said in the Hindu wedding, the groom take a rice and reject it to the white.
Yeah.
So means that if the one who reject the with
The more rice than
means
others.
she's powerful.
It means that if it is the bride, she's going to be like, she's going to improve their relationship. She's very strong in their relationship. If you use more rice, it means that you're so. I can say that you love your groom so much more than he loved you.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what I can tell you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeanne, for sharing with us. Yeah, you did a great job. Yeah, thank you.
sure.
Yeah. Let me welcome Daniela to tell us, to take through what she did.
Yeah. Thank you, Beth. As you said, my name is Daniela Mekatete, and I made the research on Hawaii in Hawaii and potlatch, and then I made research about pumpkins in Rwanda.
Yeah.
Do you like pumpkins?
I like sure.
Yeah. Let me first introduce you about koi in Hawaii.
Yeah.
First, koi is a special food, and they like it so much. And then it is like a bread, and they say it is so sweet, but I don't know. I didn't taste it.
Yeah.
And it takes too much to shrink it in order to be soft.
Yeah.
And for their culture, it takes them, they are ancient to survive on the island, the Hawaiian coast. Yeah. And for how they did it, it is their traditional. Girls put their hairs back, and they put their nail polish on in order to keep the koi pure and safe. Yes. And they do it like straw, and then they make a koi, and
Yeah.
it is very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
it's good things.
I have to taste it. Okay. So in potlatch, it is in the northwest coast. It is also a special event for them.
Yeah.
It is called potlatch, and they celebrate it in the families. When they celebrate it, it's like a good moment for them. They bring food, lot of food. They eat, and they say that some of them they overeat and become sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the event organizer, the potlatch organizer, take some food and give to the visitors and bring home back to their wives and their children who did not attend the.
Yeah.
Mom, that's all about my research, and let me tell you about the pumpkins in Rwanda.
Yeah, before going,
I'm so interested
further.
about understanding.
yeah, and also I thought about those culture of portrait. Maybe they love each other because they tend to cut the food for those who are not attending that event. Yeah, it's a good thing that I understand we can also mimic as a Rwandan.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it's the best culture.
Yeah. In addition to that, it keeps their relationship strong.
Yeah.
And for the one who organized the potlatch, it means that he is very rich, he is powerful in order to host all the people in his house. Means that he is rich and powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And about the pumpkins, I made research in the Mirambo, Rugarama sector, and it is a small house with a woman called Mary and her boy called John. John has 5 years old, was at school, and the mother was preparing pumpkins. And I asked her, what is this? And she told me it is pumpkin. She was using a knife and a gafuka and cutting it and removing the imbuto inside, the seed inside, and put them aside.
Yeah.
And I realized that in imbuto, they used it before in Rwandan culture. They used it in kurabuza.
Yeah.
Sure, I remember.
Yeah, but for now I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
Also. And then he removed the inzuzi, put aside, and put those pumpkins in the saucepan, and put on the charcoal and everything. And I was asking him, do you like it? She said yes, she liked it. And
Yes, really.
especially in Rwanda, they say that pumpkins is food for girls or for women. I don't know why. Because I asked her why. She said because the pumpkins increase water in the body, and girls seems to be weak. They need water and energy to be strong. Yeah.
Yeah, also for the it's a good thing for the people who are diabetics.
Yeah.
Because to help them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I asked her about her son. He said, my son don't like it because he already have a single story about it.
Yeah.
And she has to force his son to eat it because it is healthy and it is sweet, as
Yeah.
she said. And I think the relationship is that in Poi, they use it as the girls remove their nail on the nail polish on the nani, and they keep it as proper, safe, and they respect it.
And also it was like an activity of girls.
Yes, activity of girls and those girls and the wives mean
Yeah.
that there is a relationship there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Daniela, for sharing. I think you did a great job for searching, especially such on things that I like most. Yeah. So I think let me go to my foundings.
Yeah.
So for me, I did on Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine and targeting. In this, so I did a field log to how they make sorghum porridge.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me start for Pennsylvania Dutch. Yeah, Pennsylvania Dutch is a culture of people who come from German, Switzerland, and set in southern and southern central Pennsylvania. So in 18th century, is that the culture of those people who are trying to make like a festival, and then those people who were from those different ethnics, they were Lutheran, Anabaptist, and Mennonites. Those people, so some of them were rich and others were poor. They are mixed. Yeah. They tend to come together, and then they make the things that they called batch hats Dutch. The rich one used to eat rabbit breasts in wine, and poor eat rare meats and lambs that are like food for poor. Yeah. But they are the rich and then the poor, they tend to like what they eat, because they think that is the things that they have, they will be satisfied for those they have. Yeah. In this period of 18th century, the Whigs seems to have the breaking good time and river to prove their true nature to the fake Pennsylvania Dutch tourist culture. So they tend to show their pure nature to the people who are coming from other areas for tourism purposes. Yeah, they tend to tell them their natural culture. So they take is a in that period the food that considered as an important in this culture was gambis because they were poor and they it's the food that can be affordable for many people. Yeah. Also, they will create the thing regarding to the food because they have not enough money to afford the really luxury food, so they search other strategy to survive, so that they will be the good innovators.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they search for many things and then so that they will come up with the things that you can't think it will be, but they will be the innovators. Yeah. The ritual of those foods is how they were eating this kind of food because they sit together and eat by using their hands and in a big number of people in one pot and then they put that together. Yeah, it's a good thing that can create a good relationship and trust in other, and also create a friendship between people because there are people who are coming from different areas and they have a different cultures, but when they sit together and then they eat in those kind of way, they feel friendly, they feed each other, and also they like more that event so that they will be like a strong people and a trustable people between them. Yeah, let me tell you also about tailgating. It's somehow some relationship with those foods because interrogating is a game, is an event that can used to happen in America, where they make that interrogating before the football match, American football. Yeah. Yeah, they come before to the stadium and then they try to make those targeting. Is as you see, I have some pictures of how the people are friendly and then happy to be there. They used to come with materials that will help them there because they are going to spend some time. Yeah, and then they believe that when they interrogate, they are going to win. And also it's a good event that help many people to meet because there are people who come from New York, you come European, and they come in many different areas that will make them to learn many things in that event. Yeah. In this event, they have such kind of food that will be important in their culture. That food is hot dog. You can ask yourself, why did they prefer hot dogs? They prefer hot dog because it was easy and simple to cook it. Yeah, they have some grilling and then where they sit on the ground there at the stadium and then grill those hot dogs in easy way. Yeah. The tailgating event used to be in American sport, and the number of people come to see that sport. Yeah, and also they target for building the relationship and also for building the upcoming generation, and also by keeping that culture of tailgating, because they don't want to stop that culture. Yeah, that's why they teach for the young who are big.
In order to keep that culture.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that's a good thing that also in Rwanda you can try and see that it can be a unique and I can breed a unit of people. Yeah. The ritual food was hot dog because they were done it to enjoy between summer and winter period. So it was also the grilling was about being with their friends, having fun outside there. and also building a relationship because they meet with many people. Uh, it's like a human being, you can think that when I'm going in such an event, like a networking event, I have to meet with many different people, and then building my network, and then and also in this event they build a relationship, and they build a friendship between both teams, even if they are competing for the winning. And also it's building a relationship because they see that it's a good thing to do, but even if I can win and then he lose or she lose, but we are together and we are still one. In this event, and also they emphasize to the upcoming generation, as I said before, and also become the active participant in the game. I saw this is this Tarogeting and Pennsylvania Dutch. It has a relationship because they did this event in the purpose of building a relationship, building a friendship with the people, and also thinking more about the upcoming generation who will be also continue doing that culture. So I did also a research on Rwandan culture, on how they make a sorghum porridge. A sorghum porridge is the thing that I like.
You like
because
to eat, by the way.
I like to eat and drink. Because when you eat and drink, you get a good health.
The means that you like to eat pumpkins and then
and drink sorghum. Because it's a good thing for women.
Okay. Sure.
That's why. I encourage you to go and then like that. And then taste that too. It's a good thing. You will tell me. It was one day, it was Thursday morning, because they tend to cook that in the morning. Then I go to my neighbor and then, hi Mutesi. Then she greets me as, because she's my friend. And then I told her that, you are cooking porridge. And then I say that, you know what, I have a research that I am doing regarding to how they cook porridge, because in our home, we like that, but we don't have that kind of time to go to cook that. And then she told me, yes, you have that way. Yes, I told her, yes, I like that, and then I like how I want to know how they make that. And then she told me that, I'm here to help you, I can teach you. From my observation, I certainly see what do they have to prepare before, in order to make that porridge. And then I saw that she has water, she has sorghum flour, and then sugar, and then charcoals and fire. And then Mutes was told me that she's in charge of searching all those materials in order to make that, because she's a mother of that home. And also there is some steps that she follow in order to make that porridge. For the first step, she starts fire, and then when the fire is ready, she puts water in one pan, and then she puts the pan on the stove, and then she puts water, and so she waits those water she put on the stove for the minute where it will be hot and ready. And then in that time she's waiting for the water to be ready, she take her water and sorghum flour and then mix it and then put in one thing and then mix them, so that she will get a mixation of that sorghum and water. And after 15 minutes she puts those mixing in that boiled water in the stove. and she waited for 30 minutes because when you take those porridge, when it's not yet done, it can cause you for some disease. Yeah, it's better to wait for the minutes so that it will be ready. Yeah, she took 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah, for that sorghum porridge to be ready. And then she put the sugar. Because I asked her, why do you put sugar in sorghum porridge? Why it's still on the stove? And she told me that, you know what, I have children, I have to make things that will get helpful for them because the sugar to use the sugar only is not a good thing for the children. And then she wait for 5 minutes that sugar to be ready and to be mixed for that drinks. That time she waiting, she was cleaning flask, a flask where she was going to put those porridge in the pot. Yeah.
Is it necessary to put sugar or you can leave it?
Yeah.
You can drop it.
Yeah, you can. It depends on the wish of someone, but for the children, they like some few sugar because they like something that is sweet. But the good thing is to drink it without sugar. Yeah. Yeah, I interview for some questions and she responded to me. I asked, is there any other skills required to cook porridge? She told me that there is no other skills. Once you feel you want to do that and then you like doing that, it is easy things.
So it means that if you tell like someone who do it, you can insert him like that.
Yeah, it's the easy thing to study. That's yeah. And then I asked her how often they use to drink that porridge. And then she told me for the children they drink that at 3 times in the morning, and when they wake up afternoon like 3 p.m. they drink, and also for the evening they drink. Yeah, and then how did this drink related to Rwanda and culture? She's a good in culture. She told me that this porridge is a high special drink for the children and the mother who give the birth.
Okay.
Yeah. This is because for the mom, it's helped them to survive good and increase their breast milk, so that they will be
Able to feed
their babies. Yeah. I was found that is a good thing and interesting. So after interviewing her, first of all, I realized that why they like this activity. That they like this activity. So I found that it is because they consider it as a breakfast, and also they take it as a drink that is important for the life, because it is having ingredients that help human being, body and life. The thing that I understand to my subject is that in our daily life, porridge is a very important, and especially to the kids, because it helps them to grow in a good condition, and also for the woman to give back to the who give birth to get much breast milk. Yeah, in our culture, and also we consider that sorghum flour as a good thing, and also as a thing that has that is important because they use it to make a potion that they give as a food to children during naming ceremony called Obunyano. Yeah, in Kinyarwanda they vary that. In addition, it's used to make a sorghum beer and so on. Yeah, it has an important thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
I think
good.
that it has a relationship because when a mommy give birth, the many people who come in there and then they used to give that program for it. Then so the relationship also strong. Yeah. So
In addition to that, I understand that there is a relationship among our minis and field blogs.
Yeah.
Because the most important thing I recognize is a strong relationship. And as we know, like in Rwanda and other countries all over the world, we need to have the strong relationship because the thing which can make us to be like unique and being like friends, which means that they can be a peaceful
Yeah,
over the world.
yeah. There is a relationship. A part of that, it's a thing that gives for the people, as we saw the thing that we saw in the different moments. Not so much there is some difference. There is some difference because when in Japan they consider the lights in weddings are good as special things. In Rwanda, we consider that it's very much how we consider the sorghum porridge, and also is not how we consider the popcorns. It's like a difference in those cultures.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
For other thing I forget to tell you about this potluck, it was an event which is for the families, for instance, for the birth of the child or a girl's first month. First month means if the girl has her first period, goes in the first period, they make the potluck for her. Or for a boy's wedding. Yeah, and they like to cook and other food, and the relationship I understand in your menus is that it is like an event that event elders, and they like to eat together.
Yeah.
To increase their relationship.
Yeah, sure. It's a good thing and very interesting.
The difference is that they use different food, but for the same purpose.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think this is all about what we did. I think we can recognize ourselves and we did a great job. Yeah, let's come for that. Yeah, thank you girls to come.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.